Hi, my name's Kate Goff. I run Targeted Youth Services for Bristol, and I wanted to introduce a short film we've put together using the feedback and voices of young people who are raising their concerns, anxieties, and feedback around going back into post 16 provision after the COVID lockdown. I hope you find this interesting, useful to hear. And if you have any feedback or something you want to share with us, please do come back to me at Creative Youth Network. Thank you.
The first question is really about your experience of lockdown. What has it been like? What have been the positive and the negative things that you've found?
The positive is that you get to work on yourself and reflect, self reflect quite a lot on a lot of things. And I say the negative is the effect on money. If you don't have much money or anything, it can take a lot of effect on that. You struggling with like social income.
And what did you find during lockdown? Were you in education or did you have a
Yeah,
job?
I was in education and I found it quite like hard to stay on track to do lessons on like the teams and everything.
What are your fears about going back into education or going into having a job?
To get into that like sleeping routine, so snapping out of a routine that usually was in before, and then snapping back into an actual like work environment kind of routine.
What do you think needs to change or adjust to make the next steps for you work? Now, this could be support from someone like myself or another professional, like whatever it is that you think would help you to go back into education and employment.
It's a hard one to say to put my hands on, but I don't know. I just say like a little bit of help around getting jobs because it's like hard to get jobs at the moment.
Yeah, and have you tried looking for a job since?
Yeah, I've applied for a lot of jobs, but it's just that it seems like no one will get back to you or anything.
Mm. So what do you think would help you to move forward with that?
Just I don't know, just like a little direction kind of pusher to just show
Mm.
me go to find a job.
Hi, I'm Gemma and I'm a targeted youth worker based in South Bristol. I've supported lots of young people with education, employment or training. In my experience during this pandemic, lots of young people have either been highly anxious about going back into these settings or have been really excited to have some normality back. The main concerns young people have had, in my experience, is not knowing information from providers about start dates or what days they will be doing, meaning that they don't have enough time to properly prepare themselves. They've also had worries around whether the course will go ahead or have found that they've not had the opportunities that they hoped for, such as struggling to find an apprenticeship during this period. Most of the young people that I have worked with struggle greatly with their mental health. And this, alongside some of the worries during this coronavirus pandemic, has highly affected young people. An example of one of the young people that I've worked with during this period, she struggles with her anxiety, has a health concern, and also is a young carer. We've got all prepared for her to go to one certain college provider. We did some work around travel, and like getting used to the building and the teaching staff. And then she found out a few weeks before the beginning of September that she no longer had a place because they were struggling to fill up the places. So that did mean that I spent a day with her ringing around different providers, finding a suitable course that would suit her needs. Luckily, she has found something that she's really excited about, and it did come with a kit fee, but the college itself was quite flexible at looking at ways around that, or CYN has also offered to look into some funding. yeah, this period has thrown its challenges for both workers and young people. But luckily, I think young people are still getting the opportunities that they deserve.
Lockdown at first, like during March and April, it was like really easy because like colleges only just closed and everyone thought, oh yeah, we're gonna be going back like within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So it wasn't that bad, and I wasn't really looking for a job. But then, as it came later on into the months, like May and June, when I started looking for a job, became really difficult because people obviously scared of COVID. But then because of the whole GCSEs thing, a lot of people my age couldn't actually get a job because we didn't have the qualifications. Hopes wise for this apprenticeship, I just hope that I can show these people who gave me a chance that I'm as good as they say I am. And not only that is like being a chef is kind of like one of the only things I've got left to kind of fall back to. So I'm praying that this goes well and that I can do everything in my power so that this all goes well as well. I guess the main fear I have when it comes to this whole apprenticeship is that I may have forgotten, like, not how to act, but because I know it's going to be a fast paced environment and I haven't exactly been in a learning environment for a little while, I'm afraid that I might be like too slow or not show the potential that they said that I have, because I know I've been out of it for a while. Since March I haven't really done many school activities because we've been told we didn't have to. So because of that, I think I might not live up to the potential that they think I have, which is kind of scary, I guess.
What kind of things do you think might need to change for you, or what things might need to be in place to kind of make this next step as kind of easy to settle into as possible?
Well, I think as long as my management is understanding of the fact that I haven't been in education for a while and all I've been doing is like sitting at home and playing my Xbox, I think everything is fine, will be fine. And luckily for me, the person who is going to be supervising me at my apprenticeship, he is like me. Like he learns the way I learn, so he understands I've got my issues. So luckily for me, in this case, I will have the support that I need, not only from you, but where my apprenticeship is as well. Whereas I know that some of my friends or other young people that I know aren't gonna have the support I have, which for them would be like even more frustrating.